Right now, what is happening in South Africa is something that many people have been watching closely, and it is creating strong reactions across the country. The situation around illegal immigration is becoming more serious, and the government is starting to take firmer steps that are already affecting many people on the ground. Let me explain this in a very simple way so everybody can understand clearly. There has been growing pressure inside South Africa from citizens who are saying that things are becoming too difficult, jobs are limited, businesses are struggling, and basic services like housing, healthcare, and security are under pressure. Because of these, many people are now pointing fingers at illegal immigration and saying it is part of the problem. Now, whether that is fully correct or not, one thing is clear: the government is beginning to respond more strongly than before. We are now seeing more operations, more checks, and more enforcement happening in different parts of the country. Officials are focusing on identifying people who are staying in the country without proper documents. This includes workplace inspections, street-level checks, and even community-based reporting systems. And this is where things start to become emotional and serious. Because for many of these individuals, South Africa is not just a place they passed through. It has become their home. Some have lived there for years, built businesses, started families, and tried to survive like everyone else. So when enforcement increases, it creates fear, uncertainty, and tension. At the same time, many South Africans are saying that the law is the law. They believe that if the system is not controlled, it will continue to create more problems in the long run. So now you have two sides, one asking for strict enforcement and the other asking for understanding and fairness. This is why the situation is becoming very sensitive. Now let's talk about what is changing recently that is making headlines like this one. It's ending in tears. The government is tightening systems. There is more coordination between departments. Immigration processes are being reviewed, and there are stronger efforts to track who is legally in the country and who is not. We are also seeing discussions about new policies and adjustments that could make it harder for undocumented individuals to remain in the country without proper status. And once these systems become fully active, that many people who were previously under the radar may now find themselves exposed. This is where the emotional part comes in, because imagine waking up one day and realizing that the life you built is now at risk. Your job, your home, your daily routine, everything suddenly becomes uncertain. That is the reality many people are starting to face. At the same time, law enforcement officers are under pressure to do their jobs properly. They are expected to follow procedures, ensure safety, and maintain order. So it is not just one side feeling the heat. The pressure is everywhere. Now, let me also add something very important so we understand the full picture. This issue is not only about South Africa. It is part of a bigger global conversation. Many countries around the world are dealing with immigration challenges, balancing between protecting their systems and showing humanity to people who are seeking better opportunities. South Africa is now at that same turning point, and the decisions being made today will shape what happens in the next few years. Another angle that is also making the situation more intense is community involvement. In some areas, residents are now actively reporting suspected illegal activities or undocumented individuals. This creates tension in neighborhoods because trust begins to break down. People start to feel watched, people become more careful, and in some cases, misunderstandings can even lead to conflict if not handled properly. That is why leadership and communication are very important right now. Authorities need to make sure that whatever actions they take are done in a controlled, respectful, and lawful manner. Because once things become emotional, it can easily go out of control if not managed well. Now let me slow it down a bit and speak directly to you watching this. This is one of those topics where emotions can rise quickly, but it is important to look at it with understanding. Every country has laws, Every system has limits, but at the same time, every human being has a story. And when these two realities meet, law and human survival, that is where things become complicated. That is exactly what we are seeing now. So when you hear a headline like, "It's ending in tears," it is not just about drama. It reflects real tension, real fear, and real change happening on the ground. And this change is still ongoing. So we are likely to see more updates, more actions, and more reactions from both the government and the people. Now, before I continue deeper into what could happen next and how this might affect the economy, businesses, and everyday life in South Africa, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates like these.